In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree.
What?
Nothing.
Who is it?
Mrs. O'Keefe, it's the police.
Oh, please come in quickly.
Just like Fort Knox.
Oh, more like Club Med.
There were two of them. Two men. They were both wearing masks. It was very frightening.
They didn't frighten me.
Son Butch.
You've been hurt. Did they do this?
They wanted me to tell them the combination to the safe. I wouldn't. So they hit me, but I wouldn't.
The safe is open.
One of them had a knife.
They threatened you with a knife.
No. Did this. They held him by the hair and they did that. They said they were going to cut him up. God, there was nothing I could do.
Call the ambulance. Mrs. O'Keefe, have you got any idea what they took?
Nothing.
Fortune. God knows how much.
They got nothing.
So how did they get in?
Knocked on the front door.
She answered it. What time was this?
About 5:30 this morning. She thought it was her husband, forgot his key.
I still don't understand how they even got into the grounds if there's so much security.
Yeah, well, neither do we. The owner's Daniel O'Keefe.
O'Keefe. Don't know him.
He's been away in Melbourne. They only moved in a couple of weeks ago. He had the whole place built.
Nice welcome.
As soon as you can. Danny, I'm sorry. My husband. He's on his way back now.
Right, thanks. I realise you've had a bad experience, so we won't keep you long.
Thank you. You've been very kind.
That's fine. Mr. O'Keefe, can you give us any leads to these men, their size, the way they talk, their clothes?
Would it be all right if we waited till my husband arrives?
Well, it's important that we get after them as soon as we can. Did you notice anything that might help us with that?
Their voices were muffled from the mask that they were wearing. Not that they said very much. They didn't call each other by name.
Were they big, small, tall, short?
Average, I guess.
Mrs. O'Keefe, we're wondering how they got into the grounds. Did you hear a car?
You saw the gates and the security. There's no way they could have driven a car and the whole place is fenced.
We noticed the security.
Danny, my husband, he's pretty fanatical about it. His pictures. He collects art for investment. God, he'll be furious.
You didn't mention any art missing.
No, I didn't mean that. They didn't steal any pictures, thank God, just the money. A few $100, that's all.
Well, when we spoke to you at the house, you said they got away with a fortune.
Well, I don't know how much Danny keeps in the safe. In fact, I really probably shouldn't have bothered you at all.
Well, you were beaten up. Your boy was slashed with a knife, and you don't think you should call us?
Sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm just really upset. I don't know what I'm saying. Could we wait for Danny?
Well, first she says they got away with a fortune. Then she said she didn't know how much. Then she said a few $100.
Oh, she'd just been beaten up. The kid had been slashed. She's probably still in shock.
Boss, Mr. O'Keefe's here.
Senior Sergeant Croydon, I'm Danny O'Keefe.
Mr. O'Keefe, take a seat.
Thank you. I'm a bit shaken. I should have been there for my family.
You can't blame yourself. Look, Mr. O'Keefe, my detectives were, surprised the level of security in your new home.
Well, that's why we came here in the first place. Security. Violence in the cities these days.
Have you experienced that before? violence in the city?
No, I was speaking generally. I'm very concerned about my wife.
Oh, yes, of course. He'll take you to her.
Thank you. And thank you very much for looking after me.
Just wondered if you might be able to clear up something for me.
Certainly. I can help.
That's paperwork, you know how it is.
No, I don't. I have people to do that sort of thing for me.
Ah, so you didn't come to Mount Thomas to retire then?
This is the age of the internet, detective. You can run a business from anywhere.
What sort of business are you in?
I'm a developer. Negotiator. Why, do you want to see my tax file number?
No, that's not necessary. I was just wondering why you had so much cash in your safe.
A few $100s? You call that a lot of money? Perhaps I should lower it to get you a better salary.
We'd appreciate that.
I just as soon forget about it. I don't think it's worth pursuing.
Are you aware what happened to your son?
Butch? What happened?
Danny, thank heaven.
Where's Butch?
He's in hospital. I didn't want to tell you on the phone.
What happened?
He's been cut with a knife.
Those miserable bastards.
Which particular bastards did you have in mind, Mr. O'Keefe?
I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I should have been here for you. I want to see my son.
I may need to talk to you again, Mr. O'Keefe.
Yes, of course. I just prefer my son and wife weren't harassed any further.
We don't normally harass the victims, Mr. O'Keefe, just the suspects.
I don't care about the money. I just want you to get the people responsible.
We'll do our best.
What do you reckon?
I reckon I smell a crook.
There's a lot of money involved here, no matter what they say.
You have to ask yourself why he was holding so much.
Drugs?
A lot of money buys a lot of drugs. Could be a dealer. Successful one, judging by his house.
Maybe too successful, which is why he would have moved out of Melbourne, come here to his designer fortress.
Hey, boss. O'Keefe's got priors, but they're from a long time ago. There's intentionally caused serious injury, assault by kicking.
Why am I not surprised?
There's no drugs, and nothing for the last 15 years.
Well, you can't hang a man for something he did when he was a kid.
Organised crime have got a field contact on him.
Get on to them, see what they can tell us. Somebody get that.
Had it, I bloody had it. I've been on night duty, run off my feet, dead on my legs, and I come back to a stolen car.
Where was it stolen from, Geraldine?
Oh, I leave it overnight at the railway car park.
Make?
Volvo. No, came out of the Arkway. Anybody want us to steal it, I have no idea.
Oh, can you tell us the model and colour?
1982, I think. A 244. Blue. And rust. Mostly rust.
Rego.
Oh, God, I can't even remember. ACB something. 219, maybe.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can find it.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do in the meantime? I got to get the kids to school. I got to get my mother to the specialist at St David's. I got to do the shopping.
Well, maybe insurance can pay for a rental.
Oh, insurance. And who can afford insurance on what I earn? And as for that moron who calls himself a watchman...
Yeah, I come on at 8 this morning. And there's been no Volvo come out of here since then.
So what time did you close up last night?
6. I lock off at 6, that's when I finish. You can ask the council.
Well, so what happens if someone wants their car after 6?
Well, they got to wait till morning. Look, most of these are shift workers' cars at night. You know, they don't need them till they go home in the morning.
They leave their keys with you?
Yeah, they have to. You know, so as I can move them, I've got to get them out. Can I see my licence?
So where are the keys kept?
In here. Yeah, I lock it up every night. Always. Every night.
So where are the Volvo keys?
Dunno. They're not here.
Surprise.
Look, mate, are you sure you locked the booth last night?
Yeah, of course I did. I'm sure I did. Come on.
What?
Nothing.
What is it, mate?
Oh, there's another set missing. Keys. Oh, God. The Toyota. It's gone. They're going to blame me for this. Oh, I don't want to go back on the dole again.
All right, so tell us about this Toyota.
Well, I don't know. It was a Toyota.
No, all we have is the make, Toyota. No model, no colour, no rego, no owner's name.
Sorry, 208. Nothing listed. We'll let you know if anything comes in.
Thanks, VKC. 208 out.
Which means some poor bugger's at work and doesn't know their car's gone missing.
Well, let's keep driving. We might find the Volvo at least.
Mount Thomas 900 to Mount Thomas 208.
208, yes, Sarge.
This might interest you. A report of a car on fire at a vacant block of land near the railway yards.
We're on our way.
It's a Volvo.
So who's going to tell Geraldine?
You are. The mobile number's in there.
Thank you. Who'd torch an old heap like that? Hi, Geraldine. So, I had to tell her that her uninsured car was a heap of burning metal, and we've got no idea who's responsible.
This bloke at the parking station.
Oh, Joseph Carl.
Yeah, he's too dopey to be real.
Yeah, all bent. Better get him in, eh?
It's a Toyota. What do you think he is?
He looks about 15.
Pull over, driver.
Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. We need an if listed on the move. Romeo India Oscar 723.
We're in pursuit of a Toyota vehicle we believe to be stolen.
Is it listed?
No, but it could be the one taken from the railway car park.
All right, Jonesy, Susie, I'll be your pursuit controller. Where are you?
We're on Old Ridge Road, little to no traffic. Jonesy's driving.
Good, good. Exercise caution. Keep up the sit reps.
He's starting to step on it. Better tell Mark.
Mark, we're travelling at 110, keeping him in sight.
What are the road conditions?
Good, no traffic, tarmac surface.
Okay. Do not exceed that speed limit. Repeat, do not exceed that speed limit.
He's turning off, Mark.
Reduce speed by 10 k's.
Lost him.
He said by 10.
Oh, no! Swear to God, I'm gonna get that little bastard.
$2,000 for new airbags, another $1,000 for labour, new
Yeah, I know.
steering column,
I know.
wiring, new radiator, grille.
Yeah, well, what could I
new
do?
bumpers. What could you have done? You could have followed procedure, Evan.
We were following procedure. We were on the radio to you.
Well, you find this amusing, do you?
No, Sarge.
Believe me, Constable, it is not amusing. I told you to reduce your speed.
No, what you said was don't exceed 110.
Yes, well, judging by the damage done to the car, it doesn't look like you reduced speed by
Sarge,
much.
the guy reversed into us.
All right, the guy reversed into you.
Where
What
is
else?
he? Who? This 15-year-old shoemaker. You did arrest him. You did bring him in.
No, he got away.
He got away.
You okay, Susie?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
Want a report on my desk in 15 minutes.
About how I was outdriven by a 15-year-old?
I wouldn't say outdriven, mate. More outsmart.
Mr. O'Keefe, before you go, I just want to ask your boy a couple of things.
She told you everything.
Manners, son.
Yeah. Her.
Well, I just want to hear your side of the story, in your own words.
They belted her up, then they ripped open my pajamas and cut me. Bloody hurt, Dad.
And what happened after that?
She told them how to open the safe.
They were hurting you.
Bush, the safe was behind a painting. Who told them where it was?
Not me, I'll tell you that.
Well, I didn't tell them. It wasn't until they cut Butch that I.
It's all right. It's not your fault. So if neither of you told them, they must have known where it was.
We'd like to go home now.
They know where the safe is, they're not afraid to cut the kid to get it opened, and they leave without a trace.
You guys want a cup?
Yeah, thanks. Well, it doesn't sound like your local opportunist.
No, it doesn't. More like one of Danny O'Keefe's business partners.
Someone from Melbourne?
I met some joker from Melbourne last night. Said he'd just driven up, tried to crack onto me at the pub. Business type in an unpleasant sort of way. Someone mentioned I was a copper and he backed right off.
So did you get a name?
I didn't know chatting up a cop was against the law. You must restrict your sex life.
Constable Rayner said that you're from Melbourne. Just want to ask you a couple of questions, Mr. Goldblum. I take it you're in business in Melbourne.
I'm an investor.
An investor? You might know an acquaintance of ours. He's in more or less the same line.
Daniel O'Keefe?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm usually pretty cognizant of people in the industry. My competitors, I suppose, but no Danny O'Keefe.
All right. Thanks.
Why? What's he done?
Oh, it's just a general inquiry, that's all.
So did you enjoy your night in town? Have a bit of fun?
Oh, it's a nice little town, but shuts up tight on the drum at night. No, I'm afraid I slept the sleep of the just.
Well, thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Hey, listen, were you alone?
The sleep of the just.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Danny O'Keefe.
Yeah, caught that.
Philip Goldblum, Melbourne address. Last of the big spenders paid in cash.
Did he? Unusual for a businessman.
And he wanted some Dom Perignon. I mean, $400 a bottle. I mean, how long would I have it lying around on my shelves? What do you reckon?
Get rid of that.
Mr. O'Keefe, you looking for us?
Yes, I was, actually. I was wondering how the investigation was going. Obviously, well, if you got time for a beer.
You knew we were here?
I saw your car outside. Can I buy you one?
Oh, well, actually, we're here on business.
Not too many people would recognise an unmarked police car.
Just observant, I guess.
I guess.
I was hoping for a copy of that report. You know, for the insurance claim.
No, it's hardly worth it for a bit of broken furniture.
I pay thousands in premiums. I expect something back.
Do you know Philip Goldblum?
Never heard of him.
Okay, well, I'll get you that report. For your insurance.
Thank you.
He's in the parlour.
Yeah, look, according to Leap, Philip Goldblum has led an exemplary life.
If he exists at all.
Huh?
Hey?
Well, I've just checked births, deaths and marriages. I can believe he's never been married, and he's obviously not dead, but according to this, he's never been born.
Sounds an assumed name.
I think we should talk to him again.
Pick anyone, you two?
Oh, are you kidding? We saw 3 cars all morning, all under the limit.
The Treasurer will be disappointed.
Want something a bit more interesting to do?
Yeah, CI job, bring it on. What is it?
How long have we been here for?
Half an hour? You bought already?
Yeah. It's the company.
Well, we could try conversation.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Anything.
Do you like soccer?
Not really.
Golf?
Sorry.
Women?
Not the way you do.
Doesn't look like we'll have much of a conversation then, eh?
Oh, well, that's your whole list.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that could be him.
Fits the description.
Oh. Hold that.
No way.
What's the problem, Constable?
Could I see your licence, please, sir?
Well, I don't see
I'd
why...
like you to take a preliminary breath test, please.
I haven't been drinking.
Your licence, sir.
You blow into this until I tell you to stop. Okay. Right. Sorry to trouble you, sir. You can be on your way.
Thanks, Mr. Mathers. Have a nice day.
I'm sure I will.
Philip Adrian Mathers, 15 Shepherd Street, Port Melbourne.
Yes, and unlike the non-existent Mr Goldblum, Mathers does have a record.
What's it tell us?
A few minor charges going a long way back. Most recently, prostitution and drug trafficking. No court results yet.
Drugs are interesting. If there was big money in O'Keefe's safe, there might be a connection.
O'Keefe might have been buying or selling.
Yeah, but someone knocked the money off before the deal could be done.
There's no honour among thieves. Maybe Mathers himself might have known the money was there.
Not if it happened last night, PJ.
What's that?
He obviously got lucky with someone. They were in the room next door.
Sure it was him?
Yep. All night it was Philip Philip. And other stuff that I won't repeat.
I still want to talk to him.
I'm gonna get myself somewhere else to live.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, you're just drifting off to sleep, then someone starts the jiggy next door.
There's the Gazette. You might find some accommodation in there.
Thanks, Mike. Jiggy.
Oh, Evan, I had a call from the owner of the car that hit you. It was parked at the railway car park.
So it was the one that was stolen?
Oh, I think you better bring your friend Joe in for a very long talk.
I don't think this idiot has a clue who's stolen these cars.
Or he could be in it up to his neck. Either way, it's going to help me find that kid.
Give it up, Jonesy.
No way.
He looks pleased to see us.
You like the occasional toke, do you, mate?
Amazing how it clings to your clothes, isn't it?
Look, I have one like, every Pancake Tuesday.
But you deal, do you?
No way. I just get given, a little bit every now and
every
again.
Pancake Tuesday, yeah.
Look, where's your stash, Joe?
Don't have a stash. Dinkum.
Dinkum.
Look, it's like this, mate. If you don't want us to look too hard, just tell us about the missing cars.
Well, you can look as hard as you like. You won't find any dope on me.
Well, what about the cars?
It's a mystery. I wish I could have been of more help.
Yeah, right.
Hang on.
What's up?
I thought we had a Subaru. Here.
So, 2 more cars missing, eh?
Yeah, according to what Joe calls his records, there's a Renault and a WRX. We've got Regos for both.
Suddenly he's gone up market.
This is that smart-ass kid again.
Or there's 2 of them.
Well, I reckon you better get out there and find them, eh?
Well, why don't we split up? Double our chances.
Yep, good idea. And Evan, this time try and bring the car back in one piece, eh?
I'm bringing that kid in if I have to break his neck to do it.
The registrations are matched 208. Continue the pursuit with caution.
He's heading out of town. There's no traffic.
Right, what's the road surface?
Bitumen's just finished. We're on gravel. It's an 80k zone.
What's your current speed?
90. I'm closing in on him. He's not increasing speed. Not gonna get me twice, buddy.
Sit rep 208.
He's now accelerating, but I can take him here.
Your current speed 208.
95. 100.
I want you to back off 208.
Look, I'm just over 100. We're back on bitumen. There's nothing in sight.
Terminate the pursuit 208. Acknowledge 208.
Mark, I've almost got him.
Terminate 208.
Bastard!
Acknowledge 208.
Terminate the pursuit, 208.
Stupid boy.
You clearly heard my instructions to terminate the pursuit.
Yes, I did.
Was there something you didn't understand about those instructions?
No.
I had to repeat them 3 times.
No, twice. I heard you twice.
Right. And you continued to play cowboy and cause this boy to run off the road and crash.
I didn't cause it. I'd pulled out. The police car was stationary when that kid ran off the road.
You mean after he ran off the road?
Are you accusing me of deliberately killing that poor kid?
This is the same boy that caused your first accident, the same boy that you said you would bring in here if you had to break his neck.
I didn't mean that. You know I didn't mean that.
Right, well, I suppose I do need to take some responsibility for this. I was in control of the pursuit.
You didn't have your foot on the accelerator. You didn't force an inexperienced driver off the road.
Neither did I.
And how come he ran off the road on such an easy bend on what you describe as a good bitumen surface?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. I've got the name of the victim. It was Jason Costello. He had a video store membership.
Right.
Someone's got to notify the parents.
I'll do it.
No, you won't. Jones will do it.
Fine.
I'll go with you.
And he had an accident running him.
I should have gone up with him.
No. You wanted to do it on his own?
Passed away at the side.
I'm going up there.
Suze, let him be.
I cannot find this guy. Goldblum matters whatever his name is. Either he's done a runner or his work here is done.
Well, at least we know his real name and where he lives.
Did you get anything from organised crime?
Well, they haven't got back to me yet on Mathers, but O'Keefe is definitely a person of interest. They like him as a big-time drug wholesaler, but they haven't got anything definite.
Right, so how does Mathers fit into this Agberg?
Well, with Susie alibying him, nowhere.
You could have brought someone in to do the dirty work.
Someone who knew exactly where the safe was located.
Someone who's got a bit of local knowledge, knows the house like a builder.
Let's talk to O'Keefe again.
Talk to the son as well. He likes to talk.
Yeah, I wanted to stop him, but I was worried about it.
Your mum?
It didn't matter, but they just went straight to the painting and took it off the wall.
And they knew where the safe was, didn't they?
Butch, did they have anything with them, like a bag that might have had tools or explosives in it?
Well, that wouldn't have helped them. That safe is state of the art.
So they knew where the safe was. They knew they couldn't open it. But they didn't know, as you said to us, that there was only peanuts in it.
That's right. So?
So who installed the safe?
Local locksmith.
I told him, Mr. O'Keefe, I told him there's only one way to open that safe.
The way they did it?
Exactly, with the combination.
So I suppose you need a brickie, a plaster, a painter to put in a safe like that.
No way. What's the point of security if everyone in the world knows about it? Do all that ourselves.
Ourselves?
Me and my apprentice, Terry.
Did he help you with the O'Keefe job?
Yeah, he's a brickie. Thick as a brick, too. Forget him, he's my wife's nephew. He wouldn't have the brains.
Well, we'll need to talk to him anyway. Is he at work today?
Called in sick. But I can give you an address. It's Terry Hemmings.
Hemmings has left his home address and taken everything with him. The landlady describes his car as a beaten-up blue Mazda.
Righto, Foxy. I'll do a keep a lookout for Mount Thomas 900 back on channel.
You're Jonesy's mate. You don't think he ignored instructions and kept after that car, do you?
What, Jonesy? Going off the rails and doing something really stupid?
God, he's in trouble.
Wouldn't be Jonesy if he wasn't.
No, we need to find that other kid, the one that was driving the second car, and the man that can give him to us is my friend Joe.
The car park attendant? I thought you already tipped him up and shaken him.
Yeah, and got nothing, but he is in it up to his neck.
No one's told him about Jason Costello, have they?
What?
He died in a car he stole from your car park. So it's not looking good for you, Joe.
What are you talking about?
Well, the charge would most likely be manslaughter. I don't think they'd class it as murder, do you?
I don't know. Judges and juries, you can never tell.
Hey, hang on. I don't know anything here.
Listen, mate, someone's got to be responsible for this, and the car that he was in was supposed to be in your care.
10 years in prison. That's pretty harsh punishment, smoking a bit of weed, Joe.
Hey, fair go.
That's what happened, isn't it, Joe? They gave you the dope, you turned your back.
Look, Jason, him and his girlfriend, they were nice to me. I didn't know they were nicking my cars.
The name, Joe?
I don't know. So help me. I spoke to Jason most of the time. She kind of wore silly kids' clothes, you know, all holes and stuff.
Or hair colour?
She wore a beanie most of the time. I don't know. Brunette?
Well, we've got a rough description of the second driver.
Well, that's not going to get you very far.
Well, the dead kid's mum could probably tell us.
Oh, no, we don't have to disturb her again, do we?
Well, no other choice, really.
Why don't you send Jonesy?
Why me?
Well, you're a big hit back when you did the death knock.
Mount Thomas Police Constable
Very
Rayner.
insensitive bastard sometimes.
You'd be surprised how often I hear that.
You
Yeah,
and
thanks,
Susie
sir.
go.
We'll send someone there straight away. Mark, that was a report of some guy staggering around in Ratho Lane. Seems to be in trouble.
All right, we'll find out what that's about on the way, but this is a priority, OK?
Okay.
What happened to you?
I had an accident, that's all.
We've been looking for you, Terry.
Someone found him before we did.
So now you know what it feels like to get cut.
I never touched him.
Touch who?
Okay. You'll be charged with armed robbery, false imprisonment, aggravated burglary, intentionally caused injury. Anything else, Detective?
I'm sure we'll think of more.
I didn't do any of those things. All I did was show him where to get into the grounds and how to break in.
And you showed this bloke where the safe was?
Yeah, OK, look, I helped old Buggerlugs install it. I did all the work and got paid an apprentice's wage.
So you were getting even?
Who was it? Who was the bloke?
I don't know.
All right, charge him.
No, come on, fair go, OK? I really don't know. No, he was a real bad bastard, though, I'm telling you. Built like a brick shithouse. He must have weighed a ton.
Well, how'd you meet him?
I got this call at work. This guy said he wanted to meet me. And I heard I was a good locksmith and I could make some money.
So, you met him?
Yeah.
Where?
He told me to be at the back of the O'Keefe's place around dawn. He'd meet me there.
And you didn't think that was a bit sus?
Look, he offered me 10 grand, OK, in cash.
Well, that's a lot of money, considering he only got away with a couple of $100.
Are you kidding? There must have been a couple of $100 in that safe at least.
Okay, so you don't know who he is, but you can describe him.
No way. Look, like I said, it was dark when he arrived and he kind of stayed in the shadows. After that,
He was wearing a mask like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Terry, who assaulted you?
No way. I'm not saying any more. You can do what you like. I want to stay alive.
So you favour this Goldblum Mathers character for the assault?
As far as we know, he's back in Melbourne. My money's on a hired thug, probably hired by O'Keefe.
Do you believe there really was a couple of $100,000 in the safe?
Well, why would Terry Hemmings lie about it?
Then who's got it now?
And why was O'Keefe holding so much in the first place? And who knew?
Well, one thing's for sure. O'Keefe is crooked. I want him locked up. Charge him with the Hemmings assault. Incitement to cause serious injury.
That's not going to be easy.
I'm not talking about anything being easy. This man is a crook, big time. If he thinks he can come into my town and bring his big city crime with him, he's got another thing coming.
Well, we'll have another talk to him.
There's been enough talking. Charge him now.
Well, I hate to spoil your theory, but at the time you say this attack occurred, I was here with Butch, talking to you.
And after you left us?
Went straight home. My wife can verify that. The gardener. The pool man
can always trust the pool man, can't you, Senior Sergeant?
I wouldn't know.
No, I suppose you wouldn't. Oh, well. I'll be off.
Sit down.
Why not? I enjoy talking to you. It makes me feel my life hasn't been wasted.
You might be filthy rich, O'Keefe, but it is dirty money, and I don't want it in my town.
Well, apparently someone did.
And we caught one of them. His share of the proceeds was 10 grand. Now, you say there was only small change in the safe.
Did you recover this 10 grand?
Someone took it off him. At knife point.
Then I stand by my story. All they got was petty cash.
You satisfied with your treatment by the police here today?
Well, what's the point in complaining? Okay.
So will you, O'Keefe. We'll be watching you. I'm going to make sure you get what's coming to you.
Yeah, well, the return of my money would be a nice start.
We really had nothing to hold him on, boss.
Let me give you a theory. Someone does a drug deal, a couple of $100,000 worth, but neither party trusts the other, so they get in a middleman, someone they both can trust. He holds the money till the drugs are delivered, then pays the dealer.
You think that's what O'Keefe was doing? He was the middleman?
I'd bet money on it. But somebody got greedy. The buyer or the dealer. Got into the safe, stole the dough.
This is all theory.
Well, you come up with a better one. These animals would bash, cut and kill for money like this. It's in their blood.
Look, this Goldblum Mathers guy is the key. We really need to talk to him again.
How? He's disappeared.
You shouldn't let him go in the first place.
Just through here.
So, what were you doing in the Renault, Jasmine?
What Renault?
The one you stole when Jason took the WRX. Had your beanie on?
Which we'll find when we search your room.
I get the feeling that you don't understand how serious this is, Jasmine. Have you been told about Jason?
Jason who?
Jason Costello, your boyfriend.
What about him?
I'm afraid there's been an accident.
What sort of accident?
Jason ran the WRX off the road.
Is he alright?
I'm afraid he's dead. I'm sorry.
I know how you must feel, but you have to help us now.
I want my mum.
Organised crime squad have got a lead on Goldblum. They're going to pick him up.
Great. I mean, I'm really sorry. I just can't get hold of your mum.
She's a sales rep, probably out on the road somewhere.
Suze? Jasmine, did Jason have a mobile phone?
Of course he did.
And did you two text each other much?
All the time.
There was no mobile found at the accident scene.
Jasmine, can I have a look at that for a minute?
Hey, I'll call the number.
Right. Right, over here. There's a message in the inbox. It's from Jasmine.
Are you okay?
It's today's day.
Check the time.
Are you okay?
Did you see the time?
It's a couple of moments before the crash. There's a reply in the outbox. He was texting that when he ran off the road.
Yeah, no, Jonesy, if the boss is to be told, I'll tell him. Jonesy.
For a minute there, he's out of trouble. He hates that.
Cops can't drive for shh. Well, he was right about that, apparently. What am I supposed to make of this?
It means he was trying to text a message as he was rounding a corner with one hand on the wheel.
There's nothing here that suggests you weren't in pursuit of them.
No, I've told you before, I was parked on the side of the road.
This is obviously a contributing factor to the accident. So I'm prepared to give you the benefit of the doubt on this occasion.
That's it? That's all?
Take the phone. Jones, if you learnt to think before you acted, perhaps I would have accepted your explanation in the first place.
That kid made me see red. But I never lost my judgment. Never forgot the job, not for a minute.
If you had, I'd be showing you the door.
As long as you understand. Hey, you guys.
Come on, Jonesy.
For what?
On the house.
What's the occasion?
Well, send off for Susie. Haven't you told them?
No, I haven't. I'm moving out of the pub, found myself a flat.
Not that I think it warrants a celebration.
Come on, Chrissy, the Goldblums of the world going at it in the next room.
Once it happened.
It happens all the time.
Oh.
I could get some action.
Well, I wish I'd known. I got 2 spare rooms and a mortgage.
What are the rooms like?
Well, it's very nice, well furnished, a shared bathroom.
Well, sounds like us, mate.
Oh, I don't know. I've been here for 4 years.
Oh, it's handy. Jonesy. The bathroom's at the end of the hallway and the shower's always inches deep in someone else's soapy
Too
water.
much information.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Great. We're going to deal, PJ.
You missed your shout.
You got a sec? There's been a call from organised crime. They found Mathers, the guy who calls himself Goldblum. Half his fingers are missing and he's been cut. Only this time it wasn't just a warning. He's been murdered.